All right, Chad. So I got a question for y'all real quick, right? And I need y'all to be honest. All right? No lying. No lying. Keep it funky, man. Look, hey, I don't know none of y'all in chat, man. Y'all just got random profile pictures and all that old stuff. I need y'all to be honest in this situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a little story time for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Got something to talk about real quick. I need a roll call, right? Of how long you think of you meeting a woman, if it's Instagram, the club, Walmart, wherever, right? You meet a woman, y'all initiate attractions for each other. All right, we're gonna use that word. Y'all go out on a couple dates or what have you, right? Y'all hang out, kick it, whatever, right? How long would y'all allow a woman to hold you up from getting that before you stop talking to her? All right? Can we get a roll call real quick, please? Let me get a roll call real quick. How long would y'all wait? How long would y'all allow a woman to sit there and have you wait before you get some of that? How long would y'all do that, man? Let me see what y'all talk about real quick. I just want to see if we all on the same frequency real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give y'all a second. Man. I think I got some music for y'all for we can sit here and puzzle this. Do I got some music? I don't got no music because I don't know. I want to post this on YouTube, so I'm scared to play any of this music. It might get copyright. But I'll hit that, right? Let me see. 30 days, fifth date, 3 months. God damn, 3 months. God damn. After the fifth date, okay. First day, my boy. Okay. 90 days, okay. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of 90 days in 3 months. I'm seeing a lot of that. I'm seeing a lot of that. Somebody say 60 days, so 2 months, okay. Okay. I got a rough idea of what y'all talking about. So a lot of y'all, right, will sit there and allow a woman to have you wait anywhere between 60 and 90 days before getting some of that, right? And I'm assuming, right, that y'all at that point in time, 90 days, because 90 days is a long ass time, bro. I'm sorry, but that's a long ass time. 90 days is like, you know when you get a new job or something, and they be like, you're on 90-day probation or whatever the case may be. If you do anything in those 90 days, you're subject to being fired. 90 days is a long ass. That's 3 months, bro. But hey, don't let me be the person of persuasion, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how y'all rock. Hey, I am no dating coach. I just go off of experience, right? And what I went through. And I like to share those experiences with y'all. And maybe y'all can learn something from my crazy ass. You feel me? But 90 days or 2 months, right? And I'm assuming that a lot of y'all have been out on countless dates. Y'all then lived it up for those 90 days, right? Bro, that's a long ass time, bro. I ain't gonna even hold you. That's a long ass time to wait. A very long ass time. Like, y'all better than me, bro. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, right? And this is my rule of thumb. This is just my rule of thumb. I'm giving a woman no longer than 30 days. She got 30 days to decide what she's about to do. Or I'm finna move on. And when I say move on, hey man, I see you when I see you. I'm not finna be texting you all crazy. I mean, first of all, I'm not texting crazy in the first place. But I'm not finna be texting you crazy. I'm not finna be, hitting you up no more, talking about I'm not finna do none of that shit. It's just gonna whatever, right? Whatever. Yeah, I'll give somebody 30 days, bro. 30 days. And in those 30 days, cause I just know me, in those 30 days, right, we're not gonna see each other every day. So really it's 30 days, but in reality, we probably only seen each other a handful of times. I got a story to tell y'all, right? Boom, check this out, right? Y'all know me. And I had 3 girlfriends my whole life, right? When it comes to mother my child, I can't mother my child. We was like, we went to the same school or whatever, so we already knew each other. You know what I'm saying? We was in the same school and stuff, and then like when we started kicking it, I think after like the second time we kicked it, you know what I'm saying, I got that. And then it was this other little chick that, you know what I'm saying, that was somewhat my girl or whatever. You know, I claimed as my girl or whatever. We took pictures, whatever, whatever, whatever. This is like 2015 or something. I think we kicked it maybe like 4 or 5 times or whatever. Maybe. I'm not too sure. This is like a decade and a half ago. But that's when I finally, you know what I'm saying, got with her or whatever the case may be. And then the last female that had me wait, right, was in 2021 or whatever the case may be. Because prior to those two women, the one I'm about to tell y'all the story about, and the girl that I was messing with back in 2015, every other big-headed female that I didn't talk to or whatever, it was pretty much that first night. The first time that we kicked it, I smashed. It was pretty much that easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know a lot of women's going to sit there and be like, well, you know, I don't want no guy to think that I'm a woo. Look, baby, you waiting 24 hours to let them smash, or you waiting 24 days to let them smash. Me personally, I'm not going to think no differently. I'm going off of your character. It is what it is, right? I know women out here that had dudes wait 6 months for them to hit, and these girls be humping on this dude, that dude, this dude, that dude, this dude. You feel what I'm saying? And I know girls that, you know, waited 1 or 2 days, but they the faithfulest thing out here, right? Beautiful relationship that they got together, right? So the time span of you allowing somebody to wait, it's not going to change who you are. You just being petty. You know what I'm saying? You just being petty. But look though, I got a story for y'all, right? So look, check this out. It was this one little chick that I had bumped off of Facebook or whatever, right? And the only reason why I inboxed her or whatever, let me get comfortable real quick. I feel like we're gonna be here for a second. But the only reason why I inboxed her or whatever, because on my stories, right? She looked at a lot of my stories or whatever. She had liked a couple of my photos or whatever the case may be or whatever. And usually I take that as tall tale signs that, you know what I'm saying, she got a little interest in me. Simple as that, right? So, boom. Y'all already know I have terrible luck when it comes to social media or whatever. But every once in a while, I throw the rod out there and I get one. Right? But I inboxed or whatever the case may be, right? I remember this too as well. I was at work at the time, and I inboxed her or whatever. And I think it was a Friday. So I inboxed or whatever, asked her, man, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, man, what you got going on and stuff like that? What up? She's like, oh, I ain't got nothing going on. You know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 whatever the case may be. And I instantly drove in like, hey, you want to kick it? Like, what's up? And she said, yeah, I'll kick it with you. You know, I get off at work at blah, blah, blah hour and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, cool. Slide on me there. You know what I'm saying? You can pull up to my crib or whatever the case may be, park your car, and then we can go out and stuff like that, right? Now, look, I'm going to tell y'all something, right? I don't know how y'all be doing it when it comes to the dating stuff, but me personally, when it comes to going out on a date or whatever, I'm not one of those people that's going to do anything extravagant. It's just not going to happen. Why I sit there, right? And this is just my thought process. Why I sit there and spend hundreds of dollars on a dinner or hundreds of dollars on a date or whatever the case may be, and I'm not even feeling you once I get to know you a little bit. We might not have no chemistry. We might not have no camaraderie. I might find out in that first time me linking up with you that you're crazy, that you're a drunk, or you like to get high or whatever, right? I'm going to find out all that info. Why would I go out my way and spend hundreds of dollars on this expensive ass date, this expensive ass meal, this expensive ass, you know, adventure of fun or whatever, right? Just to find out that you're crazy. I don't do that. Now look, for y'all that do that shit, man, that's perfectly fine, man. Hey, whatever floats your boat, do what you gotta do. Me personally, I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna take nobody out on a date where I'm spending $500, $800. No, I'm not doing that. If you want to come with me, I'm finna do some shit that I want to do. And it was going to be some shit that I was going to do if you was here or not here. So usually 9 times out of 10, I ain't going to hold y'all. The first time that I bump into a female or something like that, our first time going out or hanging out with each other and stuff, it's going to be some light, simple shit. Fly, what is some light, simple shit? It's going to be some shit that I like to do all the time, where I jump in the car, I got my little cup. Y'all know it. I got that drink in my cup. I got my little cup, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just riding around or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Downtown Chicago, down Lakeshore Drive or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the time of the season or whatever, I might park the car somewhere downtown and just walk around and stuff like that. Just to look at the scenery, just to look at the buildings and stuff like that. I might go downtown and today I want to go into the Sears Tower, so I buy me a $10 ticket to go into the Sears Tower. Or I want to go into the John Hancock, so I go into the John Hancock. Or today I want to take a ferry ride down Chicago River, so I'll do that. This is stuff that I was going to do regardless with you being here or not. You didn't make me want to do this. I was going to do this regardless on this Friday or on this Saturday. You feel what I'm saying? That's just me, right? So if you was to come out with me, right, it's gonna be some light, simple shit. Now, to some people, they may seem like, oh, that's not no light, simple shit. That sound like fun. But it was something that I was gonna do regardless, though. You didn't persuade me to do this or whatever. I was gonna do this regardless. You feel me? I like to be outside. I like to go downtown and park my car somewhere and walk the boardwalk. You know, I'm in Chicago, man, so I like to walk the boardwalk. I like to walk down to the beach or something. I like doing shit like that. Me at a restaurant, that's not me right there. That's not me. I wouldn't do that. Because if I was by myself, I wouldn't do that. So that's just to give y'all an idea of what I do when it comes to dating and stuff like that. I'm doing stuff that I want to do. Like, yeah, you can have a little say so or whatever, but for the most part, I'm doing what I want to do. The only say so that you might have is, hey, look, check this out. What you want to do? You know what I'm saying? I was going to either ride around downtown or walk around or whatever, or y'all know me, I like racing, right? Or I was going to go to K2 Speed and do some go-karts. What you want to do? Oh, well, I never really did go-karts before, so I'll do that. All right, bet. I was going to do that regardless, but come on, you can come with me, whatever, right? So, boom. So, I hit her up or whatever. I told her, you know what I'm saying, you want to kick it or whatever the case may be. She like, yeah, I'll kick it with you, whatever. So we kicking and stuff like that. And pretty much that first time that we hung out and stuff was pretty much was that. You know what I'm saying? We went downtown. She liked to drink. I liked to drink. I bought a bottle, whatever. We parked the car, whatever the case may be. It was a nice little summer day or whatever, or Sunday evening, I should say. We walked around and stuff like that, had fun, hee ha ha and stuff like that. Got back in the car, drove around a little bit more and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. Boom. Dropped her off. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really pressing on the puss. I dropped you off, right? Cool. Now, I'm one of those individuals, right, that I go off of signs, and I think we all should go off of signs, right? How really much a female is really feeling you, right? And the conversation that we had in the car and stuff like that, I know that she was really feeling me, right? She already said, like, I didn't see you around and stuff like that. I wanted to holler at you, but yeah, the time that I seen you with some other little girl or whatever, woo, 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 and all this old stuff, you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. So she already knows of me, right? So I'm like, damn, it's crazy that you already knew of me, but it took for me to say something to you for you to finally, you know what I'm saying, get at me. But it is what it is, though. But, the first evening or whatever was cool. It was smooth, though. You feel me? So, boom. A week goes past, whatever, right? Because she was one of those girls that, you know what I'm saying? She had kids. She had a kid at her crib and stuff like that. She really didn't like having, guys around her children and stuff like that. And I totally respect that. I totally respect that. I'm kind of the same way too as well. I don't allow any and everybody around my son and stuff like that. I mean, my son now is of the age of, he's 14, so it really don't matter no more. But when he was younger, I was overprotective. I don't like him being around any and everybody and stuff like that. And at this particular time, her daughter was like, I think like 6 or 7. So I respect that and I understand that, right? Hey, go do your thing and stuff like that. I'll see you next weekend. See, because when me and her kicked it, we only kicked it once a week. Like throughout the weekdays and stuff like that, I didn't see her. I mean, we'll text on the phone, we'll talk on the phone or whatever, but I didn't see her throughout the rest of the week. It was only, what I'm saying, that Friday night or that Friday evening that I would see her and stuff like that or whatever, right? So, boom, a week goes past, right? And we kick it again and stuff. I forgot what we did or whatever. I think we did some slight shit. I think we went to somewhere to get something to eat or something like that because I was kind of hungry and stuff. So we went somewhere to get something to eat. And I think we went to like a little club or something like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some slight shit. Some shit that I was gonna do regardless of you being here or not, right? And in the mix of us doing all that for that evening or whatever, right? I don't know how it transpired or whatever the case may be or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? We ended up kissing. I'm instantly thinking in my head, like, okay, we kissing this shit. I've been drinking this shit. Man, look, man, what's happening? Like, what's happening? You feel me? Like, I'm ready to leave now. Like, what we got going on, right? She hit me with the whole, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, my bad, you know, for, you know, maybe I led you on a little bit too quickly and stuff like that. You know, I'm chilling, you know, maybe, you know what I'm saying, you know, not too quickly and stuff like that. Hey, once a female says that, it's cool, baby. I'm not no thirsty ass nigga. See, I'm not like the rest of y'all where y'all gonna sit there and try to persuade and come on, man. Once you say that, I'm chilling. Like, oh, okay, I feel you. It's all good. You know, I ain't tripping over it, nothing like that, right? And that right there is what put me in with, you know, good blessings with her because she ended up telling me, you know, months later and stuff like that, like, yeah, the reason why I really truly liked you and stuff like that, because you wasn't thirsty. Every other dude that I talked to and stuff like that, they just be thirsty. First time I kick it with them and stuff like that, they already got their thing out. Like, they just be thirsty. I be like, baby, I'll be chilling, man. I mean, I'm a person that I'm going to get something regardless. You know what I'm saying? I'll be chilling. Like, you not finna make me or break me, baby. It is what it is, right? But, since you didn't put that out there now, and you didn't already said that now, I'm finna get a little bit more slower and less responsive with the, you know, the talking, right? So, boom, week 3, right? And once again, this is about to be my 3rd time seeing her, right? Throughout the week and stuff like that, we'll talk here and there, we'll text here and there and stuff like that, but I ain't really, like, overly stressing it, right? Because you got to realize something, right? It's like, I done waited 3 weeks. That's 21 days, all right? We're getting close to that 30-day mark. So I'm starting to get less invested in this situation right here. So week 3, boom, right? She hits me up or whatever the case may be. And the first 2 weeks, right, when I first initially got in contact with her, I hit her up, right? And then the next weekend, I hit her up or whatever. This weekend, I didn't hit her up. I waited until she hit me up to ask me, what am I doing? What am I on, right? So I'm about to start making plans to do something else or whatever. She finally, you know, later on that evening or whatever, on that Friday, right, hits me up and was like, what you on? I'm like, I ain't on shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool and like, I'll probably do some slight shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm vibing though. What's up though? You want to kick it? I'm like, shit. I mean, yeah, sure. You know what I'm saying? She like, sure is an unsure answer. I need a yes or a no. I'm like, we can. I ain't doing shit. Whatever, right? So we finally link up or whatever. She slides up on me and stuff like that or whatever, right? And I had already in my head had made it, you know what I'm saying, be known that, well, not known to her, but I made it in my head to be known that, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to kick it with her or whatever, but I ain't finna really do nothing though. We finna probably just, you know, ride around for a hot little second, probably go to this little bar or something like that, nothing crazy or whatever, and then around, you know, 12:30, I'm finna drop her off. Because all the other times that we kicked in and stuff like that, we was out late. We was out until like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, stuff like that. Cause you know how it be, man. You know, you trying to stretch it as long as you can because you thinking to yourself, oh, maybe the later it gets, maybe she might want to woo, whatever, right? But this night right here, I was like, I'm not even finna stretch it. I'm not even finna hold her captured. I'm not finna even hold her hostage. I'm finna, you know what I'm saying, around 12:30, I'm finna start telling her like, man, I gotta go. I gotta do something else or whatever, right? So we hang out and stuff like that or whatever. And this is other little chick that I had at the time, right? I like to call her 2 o'clock special. Because around 1:30, 2 o'clock every Friday and Saturday, she hits me up. You want to come over? You want to come over? Every Friday and Saturday, this girl hits me up at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And it's always the same text. Because it's always when she's leaving the club, right? Or wherever she's at. And once she leaves that club or whatever, and she's going back home, she always texts me, you want to come over? What are you doing? You want to come over? You want to come over? So I already knew in the back of my head that text was going to come, right? So 12 o'clock comes and stuff like that, right? I buy her and me one more drink or whatever the case may be or whatever. And I tell her, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, Joe, you know, after these drinks or whatever the case may be, you know, I kind of want to get up out of here and stuff like that or whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't really feeling tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just ain't feeling it, right? And she's like, okay, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I'll finish my drink and we can go ahead and leave and stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. Because I'm about to drop you off because the last 2 weekends, I blew it with shorty ass or whatever because I was kicking it with you. So I blew it with her. So I missed my beat with the other little bit because I was with your ass. So I wasn't finna miss my beat tonight. Like, I need to get some. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to get some. So we ended up finishing our drinks. We jump in the car and stuff like that, right? And I already got in my head, like, I started texting her first. Usually, I don't never text her first. She always texts me first, right? Talking about some come over. I text her, like, what you doing? Oh, I'm at the woo-woo. Hey, can I come over? Yeah, you can come over, woo, and stuff like that. So I already got it lined up. Like, as soon as I drop you off, all I got to do is wait around for about 45 minutes. She going to be at home, and I'll just go over there, right? So as we get closer to the crib and stuff like that or whatever, she hits me with the whole, you want to come over? I said, motherfucker, God damn. Can I hit my button real quick, cuz? Hold on a second. Can I hit my button real quick? Let me hit my button real quick. Where my button at? I gotta hit my button real quick. What the hell? Oh my God, no way, yeah. Hey, yo, what the fuck? She finally, bro, on my kids, gang. She finally said that shit like, do you want to come over, right? So I'm thinking in my head instantly like, you want me to come over. We all grown as hell, because this happened a couple years ago, right? Y'all got to realize something. I'm of age. This ain't no high school last year. I'm of age, right? And I need to make a video about that too as well one of these days. Y'all got to remind me. We got to make a video about how I can never just be friends with a woman. It's impossible. We're going to make a video about that one of these days. But look, she tells me like, you want to come over, right? I'm like, yeah, I'll come over. So I'm thinking to myself like, either this is going to go one or two ways. Either I'm going to get over here and she's going to do something to piss me off and I'm going to leave and I'm not going to talk to her again. Or it's going to go the way that I want it to go. And, you know, by the time I wake up, it'll be, 11 o'clock in the morning the next day. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. So I'm weighing my options, right? Because remember, I got other shorty, right? And I know she's guaranteed. She is always guaranteed, right? And let me also say this too as well. Both of these girls was Latinas or whatever, right? If that, persuade or give you a better visual of what's going on in this situation, right? I should have said that at the beginning, right? But I'm trying though. But we go over there and stuff like that or whatever the case may be. And instantly, soon as we got there, right? She went to the bathroom, came back out, got enough of my panties on. I already know what's going on. You ain't got to tell me twice. You ain't got to tell me twice. I already know what's going on. I got that. You feel me? I got that. And I needed that. You feel me? So, pretty much the story that I'm trying to make, right? That, and as I sit there and think about it, out of all the women that I have dealt with, she's the only woman that made me wait that long. And in reality, it really wasn't that long because we only kicked it 3 times, but every time that we kicked it was a week apart from each other. So it came out to be about 21 days. But she was the only female that made me wait 21 days for me to finally get it. Everybody else, first time I met, got it. Second time we met, so the second day, got it. Maybe the third day, so we done met 3 days in a row, got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was the only one that made me wait 21 days to finally get it. And those was a long 21 days for an individual like me. Super long. Long as hell. But was it worth it? Hell yeah, it was worth it. Hell yeah, it was worth it. First night, man, she's chewing, she's gobbling, she's bobbing for apples, she's doing it all. Hell yeah, it was worth it. Like, come on now. Hell yeah, it was worth it. You know, I don't like to, name names and nothing like that. But you got to realize though, she was a little Latina. She was about 5'2", 5'3", little short thing. She's always say, I'm fun size. That's where I be getting that word fun size from, and I be saying it to y'all all the time. I got it from her. But she was like 5'2", 5'3", bro, little short little thing, itty bitty, with a butt. And I was able to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was worth it, cuz. You hear me? It was worth it. All the way, G. It was worth it, bro. But I always wanted to ask, you know what I'm saying? Because I know there's a lot of guys up here and stuff like that. Look, y'all laughing y'all ass off. But I always want to ask people that question, though. Like, how long would you allow a woman to have you wait for you to finally get it? Because I know that men is going to have different answers and stuff like that or whatever the case may be. But me personally, though, like I said, after roughly getting close to 30 days or something like that, because y'all seen how that third time that I kicked it with her, I was already trying to get away from her. Because I'm thinking to my head, like, bitch, we done hung out twice, 3 times. This is the third time and you ain't gave me none yet. I ain't finna hang out with you all night. I'm finna go and wait my other options real quick and see what they talking about. I'm not finna wait with you all night. And I think she kind of felt that. Because like I said, the first 2 times that we kicked it, we was out late. Just, loving each other's presence, out until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And then that third time, I'm like, around 12 o'clock, I'm like, I'm not really feeling this. I probably finna end up going home. I'm finna just drop you off real quick. You know what I'm saying? And I think she kind of felt that and kind of hints that like, oh shit, he ain't feeling me no more. Let me go ahead and get my act right real quick or something like that. Because I already had in my head, like, I'm finna drop you off. I'm going to holler at you, woo, and stuff like that. And then she came with the whole, you want to stay the night? You want to stay the night with me? Oh, now you want a nigga to stay the night tonight. Okay. I feel you, twin. So, like I said, everybody got their own, how long they'll allow somebody to wait or whatever the case may be. But me personally, though, roughly 30 days, bro, I'm done talking to you. Roughly 30 days. That's all I'm gonna give you. Roughly 30 days. I can't give you no more. It's too much going on out here for me to wait 30 days, bro. It's too much going on. Especially, I don't know what y'all be in it for. Like, I don't know if y'all be in it for, trying to find love, trying to find a relationship, trying to find this, trying to find that. Look, if that's going to happen, that's going to happen. You putting a time on that is not going to change if that's going to happen or not. That's how I always look at it. And then me personally, I'm not out here trying to find love. I'm not out here trying to, I'm not a big dating person. When I say a dating person, I don't call everybody my girlfriend. I done been with countless of women. I wouldn't be surprised if it's over 70. But out of all those women, I only had 3 true girlfriends that I called my girlfriend, where we was boyfriend and girlfriend. We lived together. We did everything together. We was always together. We took pictures together. We was seen in public together. We did this and that, blah, blah, blah. We did it all, right? Only 3 people. Everybody else, I see you when I see you. Simple as that. You feel me? So, I be, man. But since I'm finna make this into a YouTube video, get down in the comment section on my YouTube side and let me know, man, out of that story and stuff like that, what is your requirements? How long would you allow somebody to wait? How long would you allow somebody to have you wait for that? You know what I'm saying? So definitely get down there and let me know how y'all feel about that. But peace, love, and blessings, positivity. Y'all already know we rocking. I'm gonna holler at y'all big fools on the next one. I'm up out of here, cuz. Holla at me, man.